Man, if this thing actually sees use, we are undoubtedly in for a windfall of leftist crash-out compilations. ICE is supposedly getting a new toy. Glove. No, not a glove. Glove. Generated low-output voltage emitter.
An agency spokesperson tells Fox ICE is constantly assessing the needs of our officers in the field to ensure they have the tools and equipment necessary to safely arrest and remove criminal illegal aliens from our country. The ACLU has a different opinion, stating to Fox News giving immigration agents a concealed means of delivering terrible pain is a recipe for more harm to the public and less accountability.
There's growing backlash over a controversial plan to give ICE agents electric shock gloves. So the feds say they will help agents stop people who resist, but some are sounding the alarm about the potential for abuse. CBS News Los Angeles reporter Leslie Marin spoke to law enforcement experts and immigration rights groups about the mounting concerns.
The DHS did send a statement to CBS News saying that they review and ensure any technology ICE uses is consistent with law enforcement policy and standards. Now, the ACLU has spoken out against the gloves, saying that the public should have no confidence that ICE officers will use this device appropriately.
Anyone using the gloves must be trained on them and recertified every 2 years.
Except it's not exactly a case of he said, she said, is it? We know exactly how it's going to operate from just a guess. I mean, glove leaves little to the imagination, and they've said it goes up to 380 volts. There's nothing to imagine. I'm not sure what's up with all the on-the-nose acronyms these days, but it does bring a bit of levity to the situation of electrocuting illegal immigrants, and perhaps that levity is needed as the Democrats have wild imaginations and have wasted absolutely no time in claiming that this is some sort of humanitarian violation, the likes of which no one has ever seen, heard of, or committed before in the entire history of the world, as they are wont to do in order to sell their snake oil to the mentally ill.
New York Attorney General Letitia James are already warning about potential misuse of the device.
Of course we are outraged, and in the event that a New Yorker is injured as a result of these gloves, obviously there will be a private right of action as well as action from the state of New York. You can best be assured of that.
How unsurprising that the Democrats are threatening to sue the government if the government upholds the law. It's quite literally cancel culture, except at the highest levels of society. The government of the USA is threatening the government of the USA to obey the government of the USA, forcing the government of the USA to do what the government of the USA demands of the government of the USA, or else the government of the USA will cancel the government of the USA. It's as stupid as it sounds, and while legal fights are normal within governments, you have to look at the outcome of what they're doing. Reading through the comments of YouTube videos, it's exactly as anyone would predict. A great many know-nothings freaking out about a worst-case scenario that exists only inside of their narrow mind. Oh no, fascism. Oh no, heart attacks. Oh no, pregnancy. Pregnancy? Sure, their comment isn't wrong, but you could say the same about tasers, pepper spray, or even just elevating the stress of a pregnant woman. Besides, we all know that it's not about the fetus, not when a Democrat is saying it. Not from the party that champions 73 million aborted babies every year and calls it women's health. They're just using a fetus as a get-out-of-jail-free card, just like they do with Believe All Women, or race cards, or the 14th Amendment. Vapid accusation after vapid accusation, empty insult after empty insult, inane lie after inane lie. Great fools captured by mass media who are too squeamish to watch National Geographic and learn the ways of the world, and yet heroic enough to tell us how we're allowed to live our lives. Remember, this isn't about the tools they implement. It's not about glove. They want to slaughter every man and woman who works for ICE in cold blood, and they don't want to stop with ICE. Those whipped into furor and frenzy against countrymen in protection of illegal immigrants are, per capita, the most hateful people in this country. Yet they stand on the disproven precedent that they are the champions of justice for their act of, what, opening the gates and letting starving wolves inside to feast? Personally, I find leftist complaints as underwhelming as the exhibition video. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see ICE has a new tool on their belt, or, hand, but it's not like it's powered by arcane magics or something. I won't pretend to know a great deal regarding the literal mechanics behind electrical pacification, but there's bound to be shortages. Okay, I'm seeing now that it's easy to inadvertently make electrical puns. There's bound to be shortages regarding battery life, making me think that it's not likely to be so useful, and probably just a waste of time and money to supply, equip, and recharge. $20 million, by the way, is how much these gloves are costing them. Not to mention, the instant someone zaps themselves, it will be used in a smear campaign, and that will happen, probably quite a lot. Frankly, I'd rather leave the self-humiliation to the leftists. But on the flip side of my belief that these aren't going to be useful enough, the left think this is way over the line, which is fascinating to me, considering that we have tasers deployed by cops, and yet, despite being anti-police, the Democrats aren't pretending to care about cops having them. I guess it's only imperative to the integrity of the country when it's about illegal immigrants resisting arrest that the brave Democrats stand up and fight the good fight. Or, alternatively, they don't give a damn about any of this, and they're only pretending to care specifically because they know an anti-ICE narrative gets them votes. Just like how they're freaking out about the USS Lincoln. Just like how in this clip from Virginia, where a Hispanic woman was harassing ICE as they arrested people without any fear whatsoever, even with a gun pointed in her face at point-blank range. And yet, during the interview, she said that she was scared. You weren't scared with a gun in your face, but now you're scared? Then why did you post the video on the internet with your full name? Why did you go on mass media and have an interview? These people have negative survival instincts and way too much arrogance, emboldened by leftist politicians who tell them that the federal government has no authority over them. Or perhaps it's by their own stupidity in thinking that they can irritate federal agents with guns merely because their division is immigration and not civil unrest. The agent has no idea what the hell you're doing in a car, a heavy machine that can move quickly, whilst you're shouting curses and slurs at them. It's them assuming that you are following them around and stalking them, them assuming that you're trying to impede them, and they could be assuming that you might do a little bit more than that. The gun that they're holding, that's survival instincts.
You recorded us. You almost ran us over.
I didn't almost
You
run you
almost
over.
ran us over.
You're
Stop
so
playing.
full of
Stop playing.
You are full of
Right?
With a gun drawn, an ICE agent and a Northern Virginia woman argue through her driver's side window Monday afternoon in a Falls Church parking lot.
I will arrest you. Keep it up.
I'm a legal
Keep it
citizen.
up. I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Who says she just witnessed these ICE agents arrest two men on the other side of the parking lot. She says she's angry with ICE, but she wasn't following them. She says she was in the parking lot for work, dropping business cards with immigration lawyers to offer counseling services. She says when she turned around and passed the ICE agents again, she shouted at them from her window.
You're a You're
The video shows her turning right as one of the agents stops and then returns to his vehicle. Moments later, she turns around, and this time, two SUVs approach, one in front and one from the rear.
Honestly, I'm scared. I feel more fear now, because this situation, I feel like it was uncalled for. Like,
We asked Molina why she made the comments to the agent in the first place.
regardless even if I said something, I feel like that is my First Amendment right as an American citizen, and I don't think it calls for this type of excessive force. This situation, I feel like it was uncalled for.
The Democrats don't care about rumors of mental breaks and broken toilets on a carrier. Obviously. They don't care about the soldiers that are out there for too long. They don't care about having guns shoved in their faces while they harass ICE. They just want to leverage anything they can as a way to attack and discredit their own presidency and country, to hurt their images, undermine their laws, and destroy the trust placed in them by both citizens and foreigners who are now rapidly demanding ethnic, gender, cultural, governmental, and religious changes come to the USA within the span of only a few years of propaganda. And these are the people Democrats believe are their champions. Sure, Trump blames a lot on Biden, but there is a difference between body slamming a once was, who is no longer looked to lead the nation, and the person who's still in the seat. When the time comes for Trump to step down, people will relentlessly scrutinize him for eternity. But while the president is in the hot seat, whoever that president may be, these attacks are more than just slights on what a person once did, but live fire on the entire country, on its future. It should be rationalized with a bit more maturity. So, with maturity in mind, it's a glove. One meant to be used explicitly on lawbreakers resisting arrest, and by my discrimination, it's likely only intended to be used for pre-planned stings because equipping a glove during a takedown in an airport seems far too clunky to be practical. So, it's just a low-voltage tool used for hyper-specific scenarios predominantly on males. How weak it makes you seem if this is something you must complain about. And for the sake of what? Illegal immigrants? You could use less friendly terms. I've before called them illegal invaders, which is also definitively accurate. Democrats, however, prefer untruths. In addition to calling them neighbors, they refer to them as demographics by communities, with people claiming that ICE exists to terrorize the Hispanic community. Or maybe there's just more Hispanics to target, given that, theirs is the only country of a different ethnicity that borders ours. One would expect there to be more Moonanites on Earth than Martians. It's called proximity. But obviously they don't care about logic and reason, just like they don't care about the gloves. They care about casting a barrier spell, and such is this narrative that they are a community. Ah, yes, community. The community of every single Hispanic person in the entire country. God, I hate the word community. Again, I will remind everyone, you are not Rick Grimes. There is no Hispanic community, no Call of Duty community, no water drinking community. Stop saying the word. Virtue signaling will not save you from the federal government enforcing laws. You'd have to be supernaturally stupid to think it would. You know what will save you? Not breaking the fucking law to begin with. Don't abuse the asylee process. Don't abuse the refugee process. Don't overstay your visa, and definitely don't invade the country on purpose. Oh yes, I know the guy from Biddeford, Maine was legal on a technicality, but if I remember correctly, he was illegal when he entered, and then the anything goes rules under the Biden era, combined with the nobody's allowed rules under Trump's era, created a bit of a problem that ended his life. A problem that wouldn't have existed if he hadn't come over illegally to begin with. Unsurprisingly, not breaking the law makes your life a lot better, especially the living part. I suggest everyone try it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to whine about, for now at least. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed, please do the YouTube things.